Okay, so first we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Pourless Putty Primer. This is brand new. I can't wait to try it. Okay, so this is the first time I'm opening it, and first, right off the bat, it feels very creamy to touch as I'm swirling my finger in it. And that's what it looks like on the skin. I'm just going to put it in the areas where I get the most. Okay, and now I'm just rubbing it in, and it feels very smoothing, and it feels like a balm on the skin, honestly. It feels like as if I have chapstick, but for the face, all over the skin. So now I'm going to use the Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil, and then I'm also going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown to fill in my brows once I line them. If you're familiar, it's like a gel kind of pomade kind of product. Okay, so we're going to start with our brow pencil first, and we're just brushing up those hairs, get them in place where we want them to get the real shape of our brow, and we're going to start at the front and carve out the bottom of our brow. Small strokes, and then we're going to go on the top, and I usually start a little bit further back from the beginning of the brow just so it's not too dark in the middle, in between my brows. Then I'm going to go in with a light hand and then touch up the front. Now we're going to go in with the dip brow pomade, and I'm just going to wipe out the excess and fill in the middle. And there you go. Nice light small strokes, and voila, brows. So now I'm going to use the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Deep Cinnamon, which looks like this. I'm going to be using a Sephora concealer brush. There's no number on it, but I got it out of a Christmas set, and it looks like this. It's a little bit dirty from the last time I used it, but we're going to work with it. So I'm just going to take it right from the applicator, dab it onto the brush. And just take my time carving out the brow shape that I'm looking for.
If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot to get ya. The door's OPN. Take that hot road and hop in.
I'm gonna take the Real Techniques 300 brush, and I'm gonna blend this out.
We should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you.
Okay, so now that the bottom is carved out, I'm going to carve out the top. So since I know this is going to be a vibrant look, I'm going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. It's going to be this little travel size. I'm going to apply that all over my lid with the brush.
Open up, open up, open, open.
Now I'm going to take that e.l.f. sponge, and I'm going to dampen this, and then I'm going to set this eye with some setting powder. Okay, so like right off the bat, right out of the package, it feels so soft. Oh my god, no. So it dampened up beautifully. Like, I'm super excited to see how this applies the foundation, because the way that this feels right now is unreal. So I'm going to set this eye, and then I'm going to do the other one. So now we got both our eyes primed. We're going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in Banana. I'm going to take some of this powder, put it in the cap like this. And we're going to take our e.l.f. sponge, like I was just saying, and we're going to set our eyelids. With tapping motions. Really brighten that up, because we don't know which way the eye's going today, but I'm inspired in general, so we gonna see. But we gonna start with a nice bright soft canvas. Okay, so now that we got our eyes set, we're going to go in with the Juvia's Place, the Saharan 2 palette, and we're gonna go in with our transition shade first, which is gonna be Taza, and then we're probably gonna deepen it up with Fez. Alright, hello, how we doing? So this is Taza and this is Fez.
Okay, so we're going to go in with a small e.l.f. blending brush, and we're going to start off with Taza as our first transition shade. We're going to go in small swiping motions like so, and small circular motions just to get the placement of the eye that we're looking for. It's looking like I want a larger lid, so I took Taza up a little higher above the transition area.
Alright, so now we got Taza all blended in. We're going to go in with Fez, which is a darker brown in here. Same brush, and we're just going to blend that into the crease, just a little bit lower. Small circular motions right in that crease area. And just buff that right into Taza.
Open up. Open you up like a Pokeball. Open up. Tear you out for a Pokeball. Let your emotion walk.
Okay, so now that we got the brown blended into the nice like orangey brick shade, we're gonna take our Anastasia Prism palette and we're gonna go in with this nice juicy black shade, which is called Obsidian. This black is ridiculous. And I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M222 brush, which is like a pointed small brush. And I'm going to pack that into the outer corner and crease. We're getting dramatic, baby. And the reason why I use this brush is because I don't want to get this black too crazy, too far all over the place. So I'm keeping the pigment right exactly where I need it. Because I don't have too much eyelid, like when I open my eyes, I usually like to look like right into the mirror and see where the color is being placed and place the brush right where I need it to be seen. You feel me? So that way when I open my eyes, I know that it's showing up right in that crease area. Okay, so now that we got that black nice and intensified, what we're gonna do is to blend it in, we're gonna go back in with Fez, I think it is, from the Juvia's Place palette. Yep, which is that brown shade in between the more orangey brick shade. And we're gonna blend those two together just to go back. I feel like it got a little bit lost in the process. So just gonna take a little bit and we're gonna blend right in between the two. Okay, so now that we're all blended out, we're gonna go in with some Vaseline and a tissue, and we're going to carve out the area where we're gonna cut our crease. I feel like a cut crease situation is about to happen. Yep, right, we got our lids all greased up, so we're gonna take our little tissue and we're going to wipe away the area where we want to cut the crease. So that's nice and clean, but not all messy, because if you put that primer right on top of this color, you're gonna have freaking a muddy mess. We're gonna take the same e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer, but in a lighter shade, medium beige, looks like this. Using our same concealer brush from Sephora, I'm going to take the product on the lid. I'm going to carve our crease out.
First impression, you OPN, we should be closer than friends. If you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda. Request my chariot to get ya. The door's OPN, take that hot road and hop in. First impression, you OPN, we should be closer than friends.
Concealer brush, this one's from BH Cosmetics, there's no number or anything on it. And you're gonna dip into some setting powder and you're just gonna set that so it doesn't crease while you're doing the other eye. Mine is down to the pan, but we're gonna take the lightest shade in this palette, which is Azra. It's this shade here, it's like a white gold. You'll see in a second. We're gonna put that all over the lid before we apply some glitter.
she's closing up. Come to visit me, she say that she the loneliest, and it's hard to open up. Open you up like a ball. Open up, tear you out for a ball. Let your emotion walk.
What am I talking about? So I'm gonna be putting on Sasha Vanity's glitter in Sagittarius. It's gorgeous. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys it on camera, but it looks like this. Ooh. So I'm gonna be using the IMV Strip Lash Adhesive in clear with the Morphe S30 brush, which is a synthetic flat brush, and I'm going to use that to apply the glitter to my lid.
Need to deep breathe, heart and complications. Open up.
So here's what this eye looks like finished, and I'm gonna do the other eye, clean up the liner, add lashes, and okay. So I didn't put my lashes on yet, but I just wanted to show you guys that I ended up filling in this wing part with the black shadow as I blend it into the glitter. So now we're gonna take the L'Oreal Infallible foundation, the 24-hour wear one in, which one is this? 525. I'm gonna put a pump on the back of my wrist because I got glitter all over my hand. And we're gonna dab this all over our face. Now this is gonna look extremely red and dark for me, but don't worry, trust. When the concealer and the contour situation comes together, you will see. We're gonna quickly blend this in with the Morphe S94 brush.
Open up, open.
This formula does dry down quickly, so you definitely want to move quick. I'll use like dabbing motions and swiping motions depending on how long the product's been on my face. Now that we got our foundation on, we're going to conceal with our e.l.f. concealer. We're going first in with Deep Cinnamon, and then we're going to go on top of it, which I think it's medium beige. Yes, medium beige. This kind of is like almost like a color corrector in a way, but I still like it a lot. The finish that it gives my skin is really pretty. And blend this out. I love the bounce back that the sponge has. Feels really good against the skin. And I like the undertone on this concealer. It has like a pinkish undertone, so it goes nice with my skin tone and canceling out anything that I don't want to be seen. Like, look at that coverage on this concealer. Like, stop. And this sponge feels so good in my hand. I can't believe it. Like, look at that finish. So pretty. Okay, so like as you can see, medium beige is much brighter. So we're gonna let this sit on the face for a little bit. We're gonna take our Anastasia powder. We're gonna set our concealer with our sponge. I don't necessarily bake. I like to press my powder in right away. Just because I feel like my skin underneath my eyes is sensitive and a little bit more drier. So I try not to dry it out by baking. Can we just talk about the way that my makeup is set right now? Like, what? Alright, so we're gonna go in with the Fenty Stlkr bronzer in Cocoa Naughty with the Morphe S13 brush, and we're going to bronze, basically contour. So now I've got my face all contoured and set with what did I use? L'Oreal True Match Foundation Powder in C7, also known as Nut Brown. Now I'm going to go in with the Peachy Blush Duo from Sephora. This is from like forever ago. With the Luxe Precision Foundation Brush 660. And I'm just going to apply some blush. You don't want to go too crazy because your eye is so dramatic, so keeping it nice. And first of all, look how pretty this is. Like, what? Gorgeous for drugstore. Let's swatch it. Ooh, it's so creamy too. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty. So I'm gonna use another Luxe brush, the 516 Dual Fiber Powder Brush. Gonna dip that in here. Let's see, I'm excited. Ooh. That's pretty. Oh my god. Nah, can we just talk about this Wet n Wild highlighter though? Bruh, what? Alright, we got our lips lined. Now we're gonna take our lipstick from, what was this again? Maybelline in 930, also known as Truffle Tease. Ooh. Excuse my hands. This is so pretty. Oh. Oh, I knew this would be the most perfect nude ever. And of course, you know I'm super hyped that everything turned out so amazing. So now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Peach Bellini. Let's see. Ooh, it feels pretty.